Okay, this is chapter 12, static equilibrium and elasticity. And we're going to start with a little demonstration. I don't have a meter stick like we have in the lab. I've got a yardstick and it'll work just as well. And I'm going to move my fingers uh, and it should end up at the center of gravity, the center of mass. I'm moving my fingers and lo and behold, it's a yardstick, so it ends up right at the 18, uh, right at the 18. I'll do it again. This time I'm going to start with this finger. I've got it at the 12, and this is at the 36. I'm sliding, 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 and it ends up at the 18 again. It's upside down, but it's at the 18. Now I'm going to put a little bit of mass. These are, I forget, it's just like 12 grams. I put a couple of magnets, and so it's heavier on this side than it is on this side. So there's a little bit of mass, and I'm just going to slide my fingers, and there's a little bit of mass on this side. You can see it there in the camera, and now it balances at the 22. At the 22, so I put a little more mass on this side, so the center of gravity has moved over by 4 inches. Now, what's happening? Let's take the magnets off. Oops, I dropped one. Take the magnets off, and whatever is the light, as my fingers move, it alternates between sticking and sliding, and the one that slides is the one that has less mass over it. One will get more mass and it'll stick. The other one will have less mass and it'll slide, and we just keep sliding until it meets in the center of gravity. And that's how we start the PowerPoint. Where is it? There it is. Well, you see this young man holding this meter stick right in the center, and that's the explanation of what's going on. If you read the little intro, you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to talk about static equilibrium. What is needed for equilibrium? Well, we need two things for equilibrium. The net external force on the object must equal 0. Well, we already know that. The sum of the external forces equals 0. We have 0 acceleration. So my laptop on this table, it's got a downward gravitational force, but the table is allowing it gives a normal force, and so the laptop isn't moving. It's the sum of the forces is equal to 0. Now there's a second requirement for objects in equilibrium. The net external torque on the object about any axis must be 0. So if I put my finger at the center of mass here, it's not quite at the center of mass. Let's keep it from rotating. It's right around there. And if I were to put something on here, it would suddenly rotate. Where's that other magnet? So if I put it at the center of mass here, and let's say I just go 5 inches over here and 5 inches over here, it should be back to equilibrium because I put the right amount of torque on either side. If I take one off, it rotates and the whole thing falls. So the two things required are this: sum of the external forces equals 0, and the sum of the external torques must be equal for there to be equilibrium. Okay, so we have here a device. There's a force and a radial arm, so that produces a torque. Torque is equal to R cross F, the cross product of R cross F. That produces a torque. Now let's look at a little quick quiz. Consider the object subject to the two forces of equal magnitude in the figure. Choose the correct statement with regard to this situation. The object is in force equilibrium, but not torque equilibrium. The object is in torque equilibrium, but not force equilibrium. the object is both force is in both force equilibrium and torque equilibrium, and the object is in neither force equilibrium nor torque equilibrium. Well, if we look at it, there are no external forces other than the ones that are a d distance away from the center of mass. So this is not in torque equilibrium. That the forces going on either side of the center of mass is going to cause this to rotate. But it looks like it's in force equilibrium. So sure enough, the object is in force equilibrium, but not torque equilibrium. Okay, here's another object subject to three forces in the figure. Choose the correct statement with regard to this situation. The object is in force equilibrium, but not torque equilibrium. The object is in torque equilibrium, but not force equilibrium. The object is in both force equilibrium and torque equilibrium. And the object is in neither force equilibrium nor torque equilibrium. Well, if you look at these forces, they all meet at a central point. So there is no there is no torque on this, but there is force. You have the force 2 going to the upper right. You have force 1 kind of almost vertically, not quite, and you have force 3 going far to the right. And so those are going to give an overall force upward in the direction of force 2. So the object is in torque equilibrium, but not in force equilibrium. And okay, so the sum of the forces. Let me slide my my notes here because I'm gonna give some examples. So the sum of the four external forces must be equal, and the sum of the external torques must be equal for a rigid object to be in equilibrium. And that's all the components. Now here we just talked about. Well, I'm wondering if that's a mistake because the sum of the forces in the x and y equal to be 0, and the sum of the some of the forces in x and y and 0 and k should be 0, and the sum of the torques in all directions should be 0 also. So we have the if you have the sum of the forces equal to 0, then you have no acceleration. If you have the sum of the torques in 0, actually they're just sticking with the xy plane. So there would be no torques in the z direction. There is no angular acceleration, and this applies to some examples. A balcony juts out from a building and must support the weight of several humans without collapsing. A gymnast performs a difficult iron cross maneuver in an Olympic event. A ship moves at constant speed through calm water and maintains a perfectly level orientation. And the last example they give is the polarized molecules in a dielectric material in a constant electric field take on an average equilibrium orientation that remains fixed in time. So we, for key points here, for a rigid object to be in equilibrium, the sum of the forces must be equal to 0, and the sum of the torques must be equal to 0. And that's what we have here. Sum of the external forces equals to 0, and the sum of the external torques equal to 0. And that is the end of this section. We'll go on with more on the center of gravity for the next section.